Khan, Shalom. All praises and glory go to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakudash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Rakar, Apostle Ramlab, and the Shalom to all the sincere Achim that are pushing this word in sincerity and in the truth. Before I continue, I want to say that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the children of Israel, that the Bible speaks about, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the chosen people of the Heavenly Father. And the people that live in the land of Israel today, they go back to the Khazarians, which go back to the Amalekites, which is the chiefest tribe of the nation of Esau, Edom. And the people that call themselves white, European, Caucasian, Australian, American, they all go back to the nation of Esau, Edom as well. These videos are made to wake up our people, to lead them back to the Heavenly Father, because judgment is being passed upon the planet Earth now. As you can see, the name of the article, it says Black women in the workplace are facing a crisis. What now? You see? For them to be in the workplace, there's nothing wrong with that, but to trust in being independent and on their own, that's not what the Most High requires for our people, because Timothy clearly states what younger women are supposed to do. You understand? And that's the thing with our people. Our people are rebellious, man. They want to do whatever they want to do. They want to be independent, and it's like a flex for them that they don't need men. And it's meanwhile, if you do that, you're gonna suffer very badly. All right, and it shows you in the scriptures. It talks about that. So let's read that real quick. This is First Timothy chapter 2. No, that's not it. It's like a bear me. This is First Timothy chapter 5, verse. Let me start at 1, okay? Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father, and the younger men as brethren, the elder women as mothers, the younger as sisters, with all purity. That's where the word bro comes from, right? Bro, yo, bro, what you doing, bro? That's something that we call each other, right? The elder woman as mothers, the younger as sisters, with all purity. Honor widows that are widows indeed. So if you have a mother, a woman that had multiple baby daddies, that's not a widow, because it says that in the scriptures as well. Okay. if a woman slept with multiple men in the past, that's not a widow. Let's read that. What a widow is. Honor widows that are widows indeed. But if any widow have children or nephews, let them learn first to show piety at home and to requite their parents, for that is good and acceptable before the Most High. Okay, Salakia. Let me look up the word piety, because to be honest, I don't know what that means. Let's see. You can go to the blue letter. Let's go to the blue letter Bible real quick. Babukasha. Bear with me. Blue letter Bible Classic. Come on, man. Come on, man. Blue letter Bible Classic. 1 Timothy 5, right? First Timothy 5. Come. Any widow have children, nephews, etc. Let them learn piety, to act piously or reverently towards the Most High, one's country, magistrates, relations, and all that whom dutiful regard or reverence is due. Yeah, so that they act according to respect towards their own people and their God and their nation and their people. You see, so God. So over here it says, um, now she that is a widow indeed and desolate trusted in the Most High, and continueth in supplications and prayers night and day. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. You see? So you're always going to parties, you're always, getting your nails done, always getting drunk, always being with friends. That's not being, someone that's of the Most High necessarily. You love the world too much. But if any provide, and there's a balance with that, of course, because of course you can take care of yourself, and be looking clean, yeah, and neat. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you make that your identity, then that's a problem. But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he had denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. Let not a widow be taken into the number of under 60 years old, having been the wife of one man. You see, so that's a widow. A widow is a woman that has been the wife of one man, all right? Not two men, not three men, not four men, because nowadays they use that term widow loosely, you have your grandmama that she'd been with multiple men. That's not a widow, man. To be honest, and there's no respect of persons, man. Don't get emotional about it, you know. That's just what the scriptures say, right? But the younger, let me see, having been the wife of one man, well reported of for good works. You see, if she have brought up children, if she have lodged strangers, if she have washed the saints' feet, right? So she's also in league. She's also in league with the men of the Lord, right? And it's not only that other woman is telling her that she's doing good works. No, it's about the men also acknowledging her works, because the authority is the man, all right? If she have relieved the afflicted, if she have diligently followed every good work. But the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun to wax wanton against Yahushua, they will marry, having damnation because they have cast off their first faith. And withal they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house, and not only idle, but tattlers also, and busybodies, speaking things which they ought not, always talking about someone else's business. What happened there, and who did this and that, Verse 14, I will therefore, all right, I will therefore that the younger woman marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. You see, verse 15, for some are already turned aside after Satan. If any man or woman that believeth have widows, let them relieve them, and let not the church be charged that it may relieve them that are widows indeed. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna go back to the article, and it says, as a journalist, I don't have what's this, man? The luxury of turning out. Oh, yeah, I don't want to get people be called sometimes, right? Okay, luxury of tuning out. As a journalist, I don't have the luxury of tuning out. I don't get to unplug when the news cycle feels too heavy, especially when the headlines hit home. I have to be aware of what's happening in the world all the time. Rarely am I afforded the opportunity to bury my head in the sand to the issue that plague us, and especially black people, namely black women, you know. Okay, jumping down. The 19th News recently reported on black women's rising unemployment rates that are showing no signs of slowing. Not because we're quitting, but because of vicious cuts to the funding of secure jobs black women earned as a result of the Trump administration's mission to undo all the progress diversity, equity, and inclusion has made. You know? Khan. It hit me like a ton of bricks that the one thing I've always leaned on, my merit, was probably not going to be enough. Still, after reading the article, I placed my phone face down, laid my head on top of the desk, and then the hot tears flowed. I'm so tired, and I know I'm not the only one. Women are in a workplace mental health crisis at a rapid rate. But for black women, it's compounded by structural inequity and an unsteady labor force, among other issues. According to new data released in July by the Bureau of Labor Statistics, black women's unemployment rate has hovered around 6% for the past 3 months, nearly double that of white women and well above that of Latinas and Asian women. Why is that, you think? Because they have their significant other to lean on, man. While other groups have seen relatively stable employment, black women's rate has been rising month after month. In June, we had the longest average unemployment duration of any demographic, more than 6 months. This isn't just another stat. It is a huge red flag because black women are not a fringe labor group. We participate in the workforce at higher rates than any other group of women. Again, we participate in the workforce at higher rates than any other group of women. We disproportionately work in sectors that keep society running, healthcare, education, and the federal government, but we're also among the first to feel the tremors of an economic downturn thanks to a labor system built on inequity. So, why would black women uh, participate in the workforce at higher rates? It's because of dysfunction, man. The dysfunction of our people, that's what causes them to uh, uh, participate in the workforce at a higher rate, you know. So what do they learn? Their daughters all the time. Yeah, you need lean upon your own, get yourself a degree, and don't, so that, in case your man leaves you or whatever, you have your degree and you can do good on your own. You understand? Meanwhile, what do the scriptures say? Let the younger woman marry. Do they do that? No, they don't do that, because they already preparing to be in a negative. They already associate a man with something negative, so that things will not work out eventually. And if you go into a relationship like that, of course it's not going to work out. It eventually that'll get manifested, right? So, federal government, but we're also among the first to feel the tremors. I already read that. Okay, between February and March alone, more than 266,000, that's a lot, man. Black women lost jobs largely due to sweeping federal cuts by the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, under the Trump administration, eliminating hard-earned roles in the name of efficiency. These cuts disproportionately hit the Departments of Education, Health, and Human Services, and Housing and Urban Development, agencies where black women have long been overrepresented, and it says the term already says it, overrepresented. You understand? Historically, black women have been overrepresented in the federal workforce in positions that have offered stability, security, and more pay equity. Noted the 19 News. Even beyond federal roles, black women are overrepresented in the very sectors like healthcare and hospitality that have seen broad growth in recent years. So why aren't we benefiting from that growth? If you look, the labor market answers that question namely because it's one where black women are still doing everything right, working hard, getting degrees, showing up early, and staying late and still being laid off, underpaid, and or overlooked. Okay, so yeah, that's very interesting. All in all, uh, yeah, and I'm not gonna read all of this, man. Yes, unemployment is rising, but so is our refusal to suffer in silence. We're not just tired, we're awake, and we're not shrinking anymore. You see? Uh, push your transparency and clarity, build community inside and outside, all kinds of things. But anyway, man, let's go back to the scriptures, man, because, you know, the scriptures talk about these things, that these times would come. That it wouldn't be too nice for the woman, man. You know, and this is a part of prophecy. So let's read that as well. It says over here, Isaiah 32, you know, uh, 32 and 2. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land, right? And the eyes of them that see shall not be dim, and the ears of them that hear shall hearken. The heart also of the rash shall understand knowledge, and the tongue of the stammerers shall be ready to speak plainly. Kan, but Salakia. Let me jump to verse 9. All right. Rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice. But let me break down this first verse 2, Salakia. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and wind is symbolizing destruction, and a covert from the tempest, you know, as rivers of water in a dry place. Water in a dry place, that's very, how do you say that? Very scarce, right? Um, Water is in a dry place is very valuable, right? If you start selling water in the desert, you'll be rich in no time. Let's say that. Um, Khan, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land, right? Khan. So jumping to verse 9, rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech, you know. Rise up, ye women that are at ease, because they're at ease with their cushy jobs, of course. They don't need no man because they do it all by themselves with a job and all of that. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail. So, making that money is going to be harder. The gathering shall not come. And if you're on section 8, the same thing. They're gonna cut all those programs, man. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip ye and make ye bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Right? Because it's gonna be a time of mourning. It's gonna be a hard time to get through. That's what the scriptures be saying, man. So let's see. Come again. And when, okay, this is Jeremiah 4 and 30. And when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thou clothest thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with painting, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise thee, they will seek thy life. And that's what's coming for these women that have been haughty and been proud and all those things, and looking down upon men. There's going to be a time where basically the prison system is going to fail as well. Men that are in prison, they will not be able to pay the guards and all those things. That's how bad the economy is going to get hit. So men like that because of a woman committed adultery and they probably killed the dude. They not really killed the woman a lot. Men like that are gonna come back and remember why they're in prison, man. Or, a woman lied on them, or they play games with them, Men like that are gonna seek women's lives, man. Or, because of child support, which there shouldn't be no such thing, you know. Verse 31, for I have heard a voice as of a woman in travail and anguish as of her that bringeth forth her first child. The voice of the daughter of Zion that bewailed herself, that spreaded her hands, saying, woe is me now, for my soul is wearied because of murderers. You see, that's the future, man. It's not no joke. It's not a game. God, so with that, I'm gonna say all praises and glory go to the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yashai. I actually had another scripture in Micah, I believe, so I can also read that one, by the way. Let me see if I can get that one as well. Okay, it's I believe Micah. It's Micah 7, right? 7 and 10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord? Where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. So all that makeup, all that, how do you say that? Pride is going to sink through a hole in the ground, man. It's gonna be gone. Women are gonna look for a man and to hide their reproach. Because that's why it said a man shall be a hiding place from the wind. A man is gonna be able to deal with the times that are coming. Men, Apostle Tahar said this a lot, man. You got to learn how to hustle. You got to be able-bodied. You got to be what's happening and capitalize on that. So yeah, man. With that, I'm gonna say all praises and glory go to the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yashai. Shalom Achim.